Good morning. So I'm gonna tell you a story of my childhood from a day where I remember a lot of, although I was pretty young. Must have been around 2000. I guess it was in the year 2000 or 1999 or even 1997, I'm not sure. But I guess I think it was before 2000. And it was also near 2000 because I think I remember thinking that the change to the year 2000 was coming up soon. Anyway, so on that day we were at my grandmother's place. My mom, my brother, my dad and me, and all the people, all my relatives from my mom's side's family. So we were there and I was getting the key for the car to get something out of the car. So I went to the car, unlocked it, opened the door, and so I don't forget to lock the car again, I locked it immediately. But then I got the thing but left the key in the car and closed the door. Well, so the key was locked in the door. That's the first thing I remember from that day. I remember going in, taking the thing out, and then getting out. Second thing I remember, and now I should maybe tell you what I got out of the car, and why I remember this story today, because what I got out of the car were these sunglasses, made of paper actually, sunglasses with like some kind of material here so that you can look directly into the sun. Now, why was that interesting? Well, on that day there was a solar eclipse going on. And today there's also a total solar eclipse going on. In Bristol I'll be able to see 85% of the sun covered, I think. And the weather is playing along. There's a bit of clouds that way, but I can see the sun. I'm not gonna look directly into it, but that's why I have my camera with me, so that I can look on the camera screen. And yeah, so the second thing I remember is everybody was standing outside, and I took those things and looked directly in the sun. And my dad said, although you have those things, don't look in there too long. Just quickly check it out and then look back again, because it could be bad for the eyes. So that's what I did. And then the third thing I remember from that day is my mom driving away with my grandfather's car, and me trying to run along with it, but couldn't, because car goes faster than I could run. And yeah, that's one memory. And she had to drive off because she had to get the spare key for our car, because I locked her car keys in the car. Oops. So she had to get the other ones. Yep, that's what I got reminded of due to this eclipse. What's the status? I mean, I can still pretty much see a sphere if you ask me, but well, is there something coming from the left, or are those just clouds? Might be just clouds. but also I think the clouds just make it extremely blurry. And the question is also, am I 1 hour late? Because it's now 9:45 and they said at 9:45 it reaches the maximum. So, well, if that's the maximum, then I'm just not impressed. I can really not tell. Maybe the clouds just make it a sphere again. And to some extent they are, because it's the opposite from a pinhole camera. It's like a blurry maker. I need a pinhole camera. Well, that doesn't work. Except that it gets me my eyes hurting. Wow, too early to talk, huh? I also brought my GoPro. And it's recording, and I adjusted it by standing here and looking where the shadow is, and then looking where the camera points, and then checking if it is recording in the right direction. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, not impressed, not really by that thing. Nah. Oh, now it's completely spherical again. Might have just been the clouds. Well, so that was pointless. But at least it got me up out of bed early so that I don't miss lectures today, because yesterday I just overslept my first 2 lectures, which were 67% of my lectures today, on the day. So today I'm gonna be in time for lectures, and I also got to tell you a story. And I also was reminded of the story, so I could tell you, which without this eclipse won't have happened. Total eclipse of the sun. Not really, at least not here. There's nothing I can do. It's a total eclipse of the sun. I can't sing, I still lost my voice a little. That doesn't mean I'm not trying. Right. Speaking of trying and not doing stuff, and well, worst transition ever? Possibly. Yeah, that's just the normal sound. It's just yeah, boring. But you know what else is boring? Making a backup? Yeah, might be, but you should still do it, just in case something happens to your hard drive, or solid state drive, or flash drive, or whatever drives you're using. Tape. Something happens to your tape, or your paper. I don't know what you store your data on, but better have a backup. And see you tomorrow. Total eclipse of the sun that we didn't see.